guys. Make meatballs and pasta for dinner. I have leftover Italian bread. So we're gonna grab some spices that we need. Salt and pepper. So salt and pepper tea. Working over sweat. Come on, girl. And that's all. Okay. We got a little olive oil. How much is that? I have no idea. You do a circle in the bottom of the pan. I think I'm gonna do a crock pot. Oh my gosh, Sarah. You're so noisy. I don't ever use a crock pot, but I feel like we're not ready to eat dinner. I gotta wash it. We're not ready to eat dinner, so I'm going to clean out the crock pot, put the sauce in there. I'll cook the meatballs most of the way and then let them cook for the rest of the way. There's a lot of shit over here on the counter. Excuse my French. There's a lot of stuff over here on the counter. All right, this is pasta water. This is the water to boil the pasta. I'm gonna rinse my crock pot out. This is a very, it's larger than what I need, I can tell you that, but it's the Pioneer Woman. I feel like all crock pots are the same. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. All right, let me just rinse this out. Still here. I'm rinsing. Here, my video camera, my phone is on a coffee cup. So I feel like if I move it, all heck's gonna break loose. So we're gonna leave it. All right, rinsey, rinsey. She good. Rinsey, rinsey. Stick that bad boy back in there. Have I ever used a crock pot? Couple times. So what I like to do is take my sauce. If I had some crushed tomatoes, which I may, if you got cans of stuff in there, add it to the sauce. I use this one. 4 cheese. 4 cheese. Add a little water. Does everybody do this? I feel like everybody knows to add water to the bottom of the jar and then shake it up. And then add that. Does everybody know about that? This one is classical garlic. Roasted garlic. Okay. Oh, I almost put water in there. So I did the 4 cheese one. Let's add a little water and then we'll shake it back up. Now is when you'll add other stuff if you have them. Crushed tomatoes, tomato sauce, anything tomatoey. My sister would kill me if she knew I'm using jarred sauce in this. Like, she makes her own sauce. To each his own. This is homemade. This is what I got. Okay, let's stir that up. It's a little thick. These jar sauces are a little thick. That's why if you got some thinner things, add it to there. I may just add a little more water. Because that's 2 jars of sauce and it's only about 1/4 of the way full. I need this to be at least a halfway because I have a pound of meat that I'm going to make into meatballs. And let me see what I got. I have marinara. I have tomato soup. I don't have any crushed tomatoes or anything. Let's use some organic marinara. Let's see how many I got. So this would be 3 jars of sauce, which is plenty. Add a little water. This should be plenty. I'm gonna add a little bit more water than the other ones. I hope this video uploads. It'll probably take 6 hours to upload. That's all right. It's meatballs. It doesn't take forever. Meatballs. Pasta only takes 7 minutes, right? We don't have to be here this whole time. All right, so I added about a half a jar of water to three jars. I'm gonna add a little at a time. If it gets too watery, I'm gonna hold back. Add half of this. I'll show you what it looks like. I'll show you what it looks like, friends. Okay? You can see this one has pretty good seasoning, but I'm mixing this to get a good consistency. Remember, I'm gonna add some meatballs. So either you can make a meat sauce. I would do meatballs. It's just my preference. But stir this together. I'm gonna thin it out a little more. Get back in there. Get back in there. Hold, please. I added, yeah. So probably like, this is hard doing this with one hand. This much water, 3/4 of a jar. Okay, let's sit you back over on your cup where you belong. How's that? How you like that for videography? All right, so this is, now it's up to here. This is over half full. We're gonna turn this on low. What hour is it? It's 1:30, 2:30, 3:30. Say about 4 hours. So I'll keep this on. If I'm cooking the meatballs more, I'm just gonna use this for warming. I'll keep it on low the whole time. But if I'm gonna use this, I probably want it on high for a little while, and then we'll check on it and then go from there. I typically overcook. I overcook. I'm more of an overcooker than an undercooker. All right, where's the top to this? Do I need to rinse this off? Just wipey. It's fine. All right. There. There's your crock pot, y'all. Don't put these handle things on them. I feel like if you don't know how to use this, you're not supposed to use it. Some people put this on there. You don't want to do that. You want to leave this open. I feel like that's just for transport or something. I don't know why they put those handles. Pretty sure you're not supposed to push those down. Don't take my word for it, Google. All right, let's get the meat. How do you make your meatballs? What's in your meatball? I'll show you what I like in my meatballs. Everybody likes their meatballs different. I use organic grass-fed beef because I do not eat a lot of beef. I do not have a large family. So it's not expensive for me to buy 1 pound of beef every month or 2 weeks. Like, I don't eat a lot of ground beef. There's only a few dishes that we eat with ground beef. Shepherd's pie, meatloaf. You didn't see that cat hair. Maybe it was my hair. My hair is just as long as my cat hair. Yeah, so I don't eat a lot of beef. So this was like $5.99, which is a great price. Here in Connecticut, if you go to certain grocery stores, it's like $9.99 for a pound of ground beef, organic, grass-fed, whatever. So this was $5.99. I'll take it. And we'll put that in the bowl. This might be too small of a bowl. It's all right. Maybe I should get rid of this. Hold on, let's get rid of the toaster. Push that back. My hands are clean. I like to add the stuff first and then mix later. And I use an egg. All right, are you ready? We're just gonna dump it in. This is my favorite part of meatloaf or meatballs. Grab an egg, plop it in there. breadcrumbs. I use anything, Italian, unseasoned, that much. I never really, with these kind of things, I don't really measure. I add a little salt. My kid likes pepper a lot, so I add more pepper than salt. So breadcrumbs, salt, pepper, and then whatever you have in there. I have Italian seasoning. I don't use it a lot of this. I feel like this has oregano and all that stuff in it. Does it say? No, it doesn't say what's in there. Italian seasoning. Whole oregano, I feel like that's already in there, so maybe I don't need that. Yeah, that's in the Italian seasoning quite a bit. I use a little bit of minced onion. There's no way that pasta's already done. A little bit of minced onion. Garlic powder is a yes. I use a lot of garlic powder. I love garlic. I love me some garlic. And then parsley. How do you like that? Keep it simple. Italian seasoning, garlic, onion, parsley, egg, Parmesan cheese. Okay? And then I squish it. That egg is in there. So I want to squish up that yolk. Squish it. Make sure you wash your hands before you do this and after you do this. I always end up adding more Italian seasoning, so you should leave the top off of the Italian or the breadcrumbs. So I always mush this together with my hands. Okay? 5-second rule. You can add onion if you like actual real onion. You can add fresh garlic, any kind of fresh seasonings you have, fresh parsley, fresh rosemary, thyme, any kind of fresh herbs would amplify this dish. But I am a simpleton. I'm a simpleton. I am. And this is where you can do the same formula for meatloaf or meatballs. So you can press this into a meatloaf. That's why I took the ketchup out. I don't normally use ketchup for meatballs. But I like to make us some meatballs. All right. I usually make smaller meatballs. I like mine about this size. And that's how you roll them. You literally take the same amount and you do them in circles. Anybody else? I feel like everybody's made meatballs, but maybe not. Very simple. You add what you like. If you don't like a lot of garlic, don't add a lot of garlic. If you don't like Parmesan cheese, don't add Parmesan cheese. But fresh herbs are really a good way to go if you have them. I don't have any right now, so I'm not going to use them. Okay. I grew up very kind of simple, not a lot of like pizzazz in recipes, so my palate is very simple. So the egg will keep all of those dry ingredients together more. Some people add milk. I don't know. Worcestershire? Sure. Nope. I hate that word. And then some people bake these, some people pan fry them. It's all personal preference. I usually bake them. I'm gonna pan fry them a little bit just to sear the outside because I'm gonna cook these for a couple hours. So I'm going to cook them in the frying pan, just brown the outsides, take some tongs, roll them around. Let's turn this on. I put it on 8 if you have an electric range. I keep it on about 7 or 8. Get that oil hot. Are you still here? You still making meatballs with me? And this way you can, you don't have to make homemade sauce if you don't want to. Sometimes homemade, I just don't do it. Jarred sauce is just fine. Especially if you're not picky and you ain't got a lot of time, girlfriend. I don't feel like opening all those cans. I'm sorry. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it. Also, if you are a lone ranger and don't have a family to cook for, you can go to certain grocery stores. Price Chopper is one of them. And you don't have to buy a whole pound of meat. You can buy half a pound of meat. Did you know that? Not every grocery store does that. But I have found with my sister, you can go to a grocery store and only buy a half a pound of meat. I feel like that's too big. Don't say it. Think it, and then don't say it. I know what you're thinking. Get your mind out of the gutter. Don't even think it. Those balls are too big, Sarah. You're gonna have to take some of that meat out of there. Those balls are too big. If you make too big of balls, they're going to take longer to cook on the middle. And sometimes you just want them all to be the same size so they all cook at the same time. You don't want to have a big ball over here, a little ball over there. That little ball is going to be well done. That big ball is going to be medium rare. Balls, balls, balls. Meatballs. I don't know why I like throwing them like that, but it just feels good. What was I thinking? Making meatballs. I'm just trying to steal from one to make the other. I almost grabbed it. Okay, made it. There's the balls. That was it. See how fast? Make sure this. Oh, here they go. Drop the balls all at once. I don't want to burn them, so make sure it's on like 7 or 8. I'm going to wash my hands. I'm here. I'm still here, washing my hands. Okay? Gone. Gone. All these can go back. I don't know why I have a ketchup out. I don't use ketchup in meatballs. It was because meatloaf. Okay. Turn this down. How on earth are we gonna show these? Where's my tongs? And I'm going to turn them. Oh. Hi. Hi, meatballs. Don't you fall in my pan. Ooh. I'm going to lift it off the burner for a minute. Turn those meatballs. Remember, I'm only trying to sear all around the meatball. I'm not trying to cook it the whole way through. But I don't want to burn it because I don't like burnt things. So, turn my pan down to about 6. Cook it on medium. Let it cook a little bit. Turn them. Turn them. This is it. You're cooking meatballs. Here we are. Dinner is almost done. 19 minutes from start to finish. You stick it in that crock pot. You say, see you later, bye. You go pick up the kid, drop the kid off. You can go to the laundromat. I don't know what you're doing. Whatever else you got to do. You can move on to something else. Okay. Frying up the meatballs. Yes, this is quicker than baking them, I will say. Meanwhile, that sauce is in there getting warm. And you can taste the sauce with a spoon, and then you can see if you want to add more garlic, which is probably what I'll do. I love garlic. Add more garlic. If it's too acidic, you can add a little sugar. Please don't do that ever again. That hurts when you do that. A little too hot maybe. You can add a little salt. I wouldn't add salt. I'm not a big salt adder. I don't add a lot of salt. Medium. Here we are. Still cooking. These are bigger meat. These are bigger balls. Okay? So I'm not letting them sit too long. Trying to move them around. It's that Italian bread. Better be still soft is all I gotta say. And if your bread gets hard and it's not fresh anymore, cut that down the middle. Stick it in the oven. Make some garlic bread. Take some butter, add some garlic, a little parsley, and make garlic bread instead of just regular Italian bread. I prefer just soft Italian bread, but day 3, 4, if that bread is starting to get stale, put it in the oven. I think we're almost done here. We're almost done here. So there's still going to be redness inside. The meatball is still going to be red. I don't want to overcook them. Like I said, I usually overcook everything. So I'm trying to keep them nice and juicy. Okay? Cook them just for 1 more minute. So I don't know how many minutes that was. I'm eyeballing it. Like 3 minutes. So probably 2 minutes on each side. How many sides does a round meatball have? Anybody? All right. Let's turn this on. No, it's gonna be loud. Okay, now I'm gonna dump these meatballs in my sauce. It's only 1:37. Who am I, Sarah? Dinner's already ready, bro. Just kidding. Dinner is served. Let's go back here on my trusty cup. I'll move that crock pot. Let's move these up here. I'll move the crock pot over here. She's fancy. She's a pioneer woman. Okay. And then I'll see how much sauce. If it's too thick with all these meatballs, I'll add a little more sauce. I got 1 more jar of sauce. I don't want to if I don't have to because it's 2 people here. We ain't gonna eat all this. But this sauce will taste better with all that juice from these meatballs. I can tell you that. Ready? 1 meatball. You want to see this process? Is this ready? Where's my camera? 2 meatball. 3 meatball. Meatball. Meatballs. And more balls. And more balls. All right, you get the idea. Now, stir them in there. So there's still enough juice in there. There's way amount of sauce to meat ratio. The ratio from sauce to meat is good in my opinion. Okay, we're just gonna cook that. We're gonna leave that in there for hours, couple hours. Those meatballs cooked for a good 6 minutes. That's not too shabby. So I'm keeping this on high. It only has high, low, warm. So I'm gonna cook it on high for like maybe, I don't know, till I remember, 2 hours. And then I'll put it on low. And then once, like if you're having a dinner or something and people over, then you could just keep it on warm. So the low and the high is gonna cook it. And the warm is just gonna keep it warm. And that's it. You leave this crock pot for hours. Hours. We're done. And that water is hot over there for the pasta, which you can cook it ahead of time, but I won't. I won't. We're gonna leave her hot on the back burner, and I'll do my dishes. And not to mention, it smells fantastic. So having a crock pot with the sauce, it just, the aroma of the sauce is just fabulous. Did you see that? Anyways, that's it. 25 minutes. Dinner is done. Let's see if the Italian bread is soft. We have fresh Italian bread at our grocery store every Monday, and it's freakingbomb.com. Maybe it's every day. I specifically like it on a Monday. Oh yeah. It's still nice and squishy. The key to fresh bread is you have to wrap it really good after you use it the first time. Not just put it back in this bag. This bag is not airtight. It needs to be airtight. And then you store it back in there. Oh, some melty, melty, soft Land O'Lakes butter. Nobody can tell me nothing. Nobody is going to tell me nothing. That is a great dinner. Okay, a little of this. Maybe add a little shredded mozzarella cheese to the top of your meatballs. There you have it. I hope you enjoyed that. And you can fancy these up if you want, or you can dumb them down, whatever. Meatballs, okay, with angel hair pasta. Angel hair is the quickest pasta. It takes like 4 minutes to cook. So if you are hungry and you ain't got time to wait and you want to eat right now, angel hair pasta. Just a tip. Okay. I'm gonna sign off of here. I hope you enjoyed my little cooking with me demo with a crock pot. It was cool. I enjoyed it. I'll see you again. See you again sometime, okay? Come on back.